Was this our dream home or a nightmare? We bought this California home 3 years ago, and I mean, more or less, and we started fixing it right away. But why did we buy this house? This is not a new building. It's a 1980 house. We just wanted to get out of the place where we were living before. So we wanted something that had a big backyard, but also was more centric and closer to things. So we thought, this is it. When my husband started looking, he found this property that was sitting in the market for about 40 days. And that made him think, this is probably a good opportunity for us to look at the property and offer what we can afford to pay, and the owner's probably going to say yes. So like I said, this was a 1980 house, and when we looked at it, we thought everything was awesome. Why? Because we were living in a cookie cutter with a small backyard in a bad location, and this just seemed such a nice neighborhood, a very quiet place and very secluded, with a big backyard, like the best of both worlds. Everything was closer to us, the hospitals, the store, church, everything. So we moved in after we renovated some things like the bathroom, because like you can see in the picture, they were not really, the painting was old and they needed to have a few things changed. For example, the master bathroom had a pony wall that we didn't want that anymore. So the first thing we did was to renovate the bathrooms. We got rid of those old vanities and all those things, and we put even new toilets to start fresh, like I told my husband. Now, the first time we visited this house, we noticed it only had 3 bedrooms, and I told my husband we are going to lose the office. We had 4 bedrooms in our old house, and we had 1 dedicated room for an office. Right now, like you can see in the tour that I'm giving you, the room that we are using for an office, it's going to be my boy's bedroom. That's going to be a project for the future, as well as creating a dedicated room for my little girl, who also needs a bedroom for herself. Now, in these 2 rooms that we have right now, it's a complete improvisation we are doing. We don't really have a dedicated room for our children just yet. And I know it's been 3 years, but here's where things start to get a little bit more like a nightmarish, because when we arrived to this house, we quickly realized that the house was neglected. The backyard was a jungle, and it was totally neglected by the previous owner. Let's say that we just went through a process of honeymoon phase, and then we realized, oh my goodness, what have we done? Because we had to clean massively. There were evil trees outside, and I know I love trees. It was very hard for me to say goodbye to one of those trees because it was right outside my window in the kitchen, and I was so happy every time I see that tree. But the roots were getting under the house, and it was starting to lift one of the rooms, actually our old patio. So we started doing the cleanup and cutting trees and branches, and why not, because there was an infestation of cockroaches outside and we had to do something. Those cockroaches were coming inside as well, and I don't want to go in detail, but it was a total nightmare. Then a few months after we moved in, we actually moved in 6 months after we bought the house, because we needed time for the person that was doing the renos to finish. This room is going to become our office. We are going to actually we are planning to actually make this our office, and we will be closing it with doors and building walls, and this is where you start thinking, when is it going to end, right? And in the family room, a few things that we wanted to change. As you can see, there was a brown accent wall. There was fireplace was all brown. We wanted more light in it. And after a few months that we were living here, we had a leak in the roof right there in that TV room or family room. So we had to fix that. It did feel like, why we are trying to fix it and this thing is falling apart or what. So we did have to deal with the insurance. The person who actually changed that roof before we moved in covered that fix as well, because it was kind of like a layer situation. When we finished renovating the bathroom in the masters, what happened was that there was a leak as well, and we started smelling the mold or the wall that was wet. Thankfully, we didn't have to break what we had just finished. So there was a way for us to fix it from the outside and stop the leakage. And that was another setback on this house that we felt like it was another weight on our shoulders. And it actually was close to Thanksgiving, and we were hosting Thanksgiving. So right after that, we celebrated Thanksgiving, and I couldn't stop thinking, oh my gosh, our roof was open not too long ago, and this and that have happened, and here we are all together in this humble house. But this past year, what we focused on was building our bonus room, and we really wanted like a big room for gatherings, and we also wanted a dedicated room because in the future I will be homeschooling our kids. So before we go outside, I wanna show you the kitchen, which is really our Mount Everest here. Kitchen was my least favorite part of the house, and where I spend most of the time. And we did a light touch on it. We painted and we changed the back splash. We already have been designing a kitchen for this house. We want to take away some walls. We want to make it bigger and more usable, because there are some things that are not really practical at all. I am really thankful for having a kitchen where I can prepare so many meals. We want to express the beauty around us, and we try to do it having frugality in mind. We try to do it on a budget. That's what I'm trying to say. My husband, I have a blessing with him that he is able to fix and build things, and he was the one that finished the bonus room. And I have a video about that. We'll link it in the description below. The kitchen has some imperfections, a lot of things that need to be done. I will be showing you what I do to improve the house a little bit or refresh it for this coming Thanksgiving. But the backyard, we are thinking about making it a low maintenance backyard. You know, in California we're always in a drought. We are always trying to save on water, and so we are going to try to build something. We have been thinking about the design, and we have been thinking about what can we do on a budget, because it's really expensive and costly, especially when you want cement, which is the only thing that stops weeds. I know you understand what I say. if you are a homeowner and a homemaker. This is for future plans. I hope I can share with you, and if you like this content, if you have been enjoying this home tour, I invite you to subscribe to my channel. I do homemaking and home improvements. I also do the family life overall, family trips, all sorts of things related to who we are. We are a multicultural family. I am from Guatemala, my husband is from Philippines, so we also cook a lot of food that I try to show you as well. So I hope that you can subscribe. You are welcome here. Sometimes you look at the houses, you know, in the internet or Pinterest. People have beautiful farmhouses, beautiful spaces. We just work different, I think. Of course, you're not going to get the Pinterest perfect in my house. You are not. You are gonna see a very humble way of decorating, very minimalist, and I will be uploading a video about my minimalist approach in decorating for Thanksgiving, because we are hosting Thanksgiving this year again, and I have basic things that are meaningful for us. That's my philosophy on all these home decors and stuff like that. So is this house a nightmare or a blessing? It's a challenge, I will say. It's a blessing to be able to live in California, because all our families are here and we want to be close to them, and it's very expensive. We are very blessed to be able to afford this house and all the things that we have to fix, and we do it slowly. It is okay to do it slowly, and I think we prefer that 100 times over living in a cookie cutter that is new, because they are very expensive, very, very, very expensive, but they don't give you as much land to work on or to play in the back. These days they give you a very tiny little backyard, and sometimes you go, oh, I will prefer that over, you know, this massive amount of space that I have to maintain. But that's why we are trying to make it a low maintenance backyard. I hope you tune in for our transformation in the backyard as well. We have so many other things we are planning to do, and I will be showing it to you, how we improve, we fix. This is the month to be thankful for everything we have. We have a home, we have a roof over our heads. It is really for our kids that we did this change, and I want to keep that in mind before I forget and I complain about all the things that are still needing to be changed. I will leave the video about the bonus from here, and I will see you next time. God bless. Bye bye.